"I'm sorry, Mom, I'm dying." Last text of woman among 39 dead in Essex lorry trailer revealed.
Here's a summary of the article.
A missing Vietnamese woman who texted her mother to say "I can't breathe" is feared to be among 39 people found dead in a refrigerated trailer in Essex. Hoa Nguyen, a Hanoi-based activist with Human Rights Space, said the family was worried their daughter was among the victims as the last dying text from her was coincidentally in time. An Essex police spokeswoman told The Independent officers had received no information indicating whether Mus Pham was among the victims. The BBC said it knew of 6 Vietnamese nationals whose families fear they were among victims on the trailer. Smugglers have returned deposits paid by families of suspected victims, according to the BBC. Some 702 Vietnamese people were referred to UK authorities as suspected victims of trafficking and modern slavery last year. Police investigating the Essex lorry deaths arrested a 48-year-old man from Northern Ireland at Stansted Airport on Friday on suspicion of manslaughter and conspiracy to traffic people. A retired detective who investigated the Morecambe Bay Cockling tragedy, in which 23 Chinese illegal migrant workers drowned in 2004, suggested the victims found in the Essex lorry could have been trafficked by a snakehead gang.
This post received a score of 48,683, with an upvote ratio of 93%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Here's the article regarding the girl in Vietnamese. Short summary: the girl was an exchange worker in Japan for a while, and she applied for a work visa to China a month ago. This is very likely a human trafficking, smuggling incident. She used Viber, a very popular messaging service used in Vietnam. Here's my translation. Mom and Dad, I'm sorry. Pham ttra my journey abroad has failed. Mom and Dad, I love you both so much. I'm dying, I can't breathe. Her village and city, Vietnam. Mom, I'm sorry Mom. This is a really sad situation.
I cannot stop myself imagining her as she sent those last few messages. It's so sad, so awful.
It reminds me of the Korean ferry that sank over the course of several hours and drowned all those high school kids because they were told to stay below deck. That was particularly crazy, especially the recovered video of the girl predicting that they'll die if they follow instructions while the crew save themselves.
That's like on 9/11 when they told people to stay in the buildings, don't leave your offices. Smugglers have returned deposits paid by families of suspected victims, according to the BBC. Somebody help me out with this quote. I feel like I understand what all the words mean, but I'm confused. How has the BBC verified this when the victims aren't yet identified? Also, human traffickers have a refund policy? That's somewhat surprising. Edit, apologies for mixing up smuggling and trafficking. Though I guess we can't be sure those being smuggled weren't set up to be indentured servants somewhere, which would probably classify as trafficking.
Some family member have reached out. There's some news about it, including the family who received texts from one of the dying victim.
Can the money that was refunded back to the families not be traced? Seems like a massive risk for the smugglers.
I'm no experienced human trafficker, but I'd assume they don't operate through bank transfer. You can't trace cash.
I could be wrong, but I believe that money is loaned to those being trafficked, and they then work off the loan in the country they've been smuggled to. The families are probably on the hook for payments if the person trafficked attempts to run away without paying the loan back. In this case, it might mean that the families of those trafficked are no longer on the hook for those loans. This is all an assumption on my part, and I would like for someone to confirm. The only part one do know is reading that the money is a loan from the Snakehead gang.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.